are encouraged.
Can we get a cup of coffee in here, please?
Well, that didn't work out the way I wanted it to work out. It just didn't work out the way it was intended to work out. Oh, I don't know.
Damn.
I just don't know.
And hot.
I just don't know. I just don't know. Good morning, people. I'm befuddled and beside myself, and I just don't know. I just don't know. I've had this program scheduled for 9 p.m., not 9 a.m. for some reason, and it wouldn't let me start. I had to finagle things last minute, and I'm not good with last minute finagling. Anyway, I'm here now, and I don't know why. It is Tuesday, the last day of February 28th, 2023, and we have snow here because Carl is in town. And of course, we have snow. We haven't had snow all winter. Carl comes in town. I got like 6 inches of snow out. And where I am, probably got the deepest, probably would call it no snow in Pimp Central of Manhattan, lower, not just south of, shy of Midtown, just south of Midtown a little bit. Probably got no snow there, but I have snow here, which complicates things for me today. Anyway, so that's it is what it is. The Scott Adams thing is not going away, and it probably shouldn't go away. He should go away, but he won't go away because he's a hero now to some people who want to kind of hold him up as a victim of cancel culture. Oh, how dare they take his comic strip away? All he did was say some really weird, nasty, racist shit. Anyway, so he's gonna be around. But here's the thing: somebody now, internet folks, you never know. You never know. But somebody claimed to dig up his old AOL extra messenger accounts. Just vile nicknames he had. You know, the word. I can't say them. I want to say them. I want to say them just because to let you know what they are. You can look it up. There are 3 of them that were found associated with his email address, AOL Instant Messenger handles that were like, there's no questioning whether the guy's a racist anymore once you see the handles he used. Now, again, it's internet, might have been all made up. There's no proof of it, but it looks legit. Looks legit. Doesn't mean it shouldn't be investigated, and he's not denying it, by the way. So that's one way, because if any sane person had that kind of stuff out there about them and they didn't do it, they would deny it. Good news for me. Well, not good news, but kind of humorous news. YouTube this morning sent me a notice about people who are violating my copyrights using my material in their videos. There's a whole list of them. It happens quite often, but one that I am pleased to see, somebody is using my content without my permission. Flat Earth Dave using some Mind Dog material, which is actionable if I decide to take action. Hello, Dave. Now you have time to take it down before I take action. I'm not saying I will take action, but it's good to know that I can get some of that grift money. Send some of that grift money my way, Dave. I don't have a guest today, if you haven't guessed. I'm planning on going into that rock, New York City, and seeing Carl today. I don't know what we're going to do. The studio that I contacted about renting for a podcast, a live stream later today, has not gotten back to me. So that sucks. I can call them back. Very expensive little studio, and for somebody who has several studios, it's an expense I'd just as soon do without. I'd like to find one that's a little bit more reasonable. Don't have a lot of time to do that. I've been looking for weeks though. They don't call you back. These guys who run studios. There's got to be something in Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, a space we can rent. Now here's the deal for me. Because there's snow on the ground, I'm probably more inclined to want to take the train in to New York City. But taking the train in means I can't bring all my equipment in because I do want to get, some kind of recording of some time, just, for posterity, just to have, hey, Carl, remember when you came to New York and we did this? Even if that just means going to a club and having some cameras there to catch some silliness, any of that kind of stuff. But if I take the train in, I go in without equipment. I want to bring equipment. It's a 3-hour drive. A 3-hour drive each way, and I'm not excited about that, especially in snow. The roads are probably not bad, to be honest with you. The roads don't look like they're really bad out there, but it's still snowy, and that means people drive like idiots. And so that 3 hours will probably take a little longer, and the whole bit. I'm I'm gonna have to bite the bullet, I think, and drive in. I would prefer to take the train and snooze for the 3 hours. Well, the train isn't 3 hours. Train is about an hour and a half, plus about a 45-minute drive to the train station. Anyway, that's that. That's it. All right, see you, folks. Thanks for coming. Um, the story in the Atlantic today: America's teenage girls are not okay. Why are teenage girls not okay? Well, you have to click in to find out, and they don't really. It's a pay for service. I'm not buying the Atlantic. I'm sorry. Call me cheap if you want. I'm not buying the Atlantic. They reporting record levels of sadness and anxiety. What's going on? If you go to the Atlantic site, this story is not there. I mean, that's why they're sad. Come on, you're gonna cover us. Cover us. Put us in, coach. Nothing. Nothing about teenage girls on the Atlantic site right now. I'm looking there right now. It's a good story though here. Dear therapist, my daughter's brother is actually her father. After 30 years, I want to tell the truth, but I don't know how. When I married my husband, he had 2 adult children, and I had none. We both wanted to have a child together, but my husband had a vasectomy after his second child was born too long ago to get the procedure reversed. We didn't want to use a sperm bank, so we asked my husband's son to be the donor. This sounds like a really badly written porn script, does it not? We felt that that was the best decision. A child would have my husband's genes, and we knew my stepson's health, personality, and intelligence. He agreed to help. Our daughter is now 30. How do we tell her that her father is her grandfather, not her father is her grandfather, her brother is her father, her sister is her aunt, and her nephew is her half brother? Now, how would a therapist answer that question? You just come out and say it. You hand them a bottle. You hand them a bottle. Hey, it's Brian from Creator U. This is the last date of what? To buy shit. Don't be texting me. Fucking solicitation. Brian from Creator U. What are you trying to tell me? Uh, course creation channel, like courses. Yeah, like that's the big. This has been a big thing for a while. Creating courses about what? Create a course. Had a podcast course with your expert teacher, Matt Napo, aka Mind Dog. Go out and buy yourself a microphone, phone, a computer, something like that. Just start talking. Um, so that's that's it's one of these days, folks. I did not want to get up today, and I'll be honest with you. If Carl was not in New York today, this would be a day I would be writing off. I would be getting high and going back to bed. Maybe putting on some cartoons. I don't know. Do they even have cartoons on like Netflix or Amazon Prime? I don't know. I have to find out, but not today because I have to go hang with Carl. But I have to go through rain, sleet, and snow because on my appointed rounds, no one will deter this. Well, that's kind of bullshit, ain't it? I could get deterred very easily. But to be honest with you, again, if Carl was not in town with the snow is my excuse. The snow is an excuse for me to just go back to bed. Now, I have to say, these Delta 9 THC edibles, I got these last week, and the guy told me, he said, they're kind of like the ones you've been getting, because I had ones I like, but he was out, so I had to get these. And then I know that the bag I was getting was 500 milligrams, right? And I wasn't eating the whole bag, obviously. But take 2 or 3 of them and getting about 20 to 30 milligrams per use. I say use. And so I looked at these and I see at the bottom it says 3.57 milligrams. What, 3.57? Gee, that's weak. I got to eat like 10 of them, which is the whole bag. So I had the whole bag. And my wife texted me. She said, how are you? I said, fucking high as a kite. um, and I couldn't figure it out. They only ate 30 milligrams or so. How could I be this majorly fucked up? Turns out that's the CBD content, the 3.75 milligrams. The THC content in each is 15.75. So I ate 157 milligrams. So that's why I was fucked up. Speaking of snow, the snow god is here. You look a little hungover.
I have.
What is I lost my rag mean?
Means I got a bit upset.
Oh, what
This
happened?
morning. Oh, I bought terrible pizza in New York and then yelled for an hour about it in my hotel room. But then I realized as a child,
Terrible pizza in New York?
it does exist, and it's because I went to a bad place, but I was drunk, so I just popped in wherever because I forgot to eat yesterday.
They shouldn't even allow terrible pizza in New York.
That's what I was trying to tell people.
You're absolutely right to get a little angry about that. Like, what the fuck is that? People come to New York expecting good pizza. You can't just put out bad pizza. You can't allow bad pizza in New York.
I ate one slice and left the second slice, but I'm going to eat it today. I'm going to warm it up. I have a microwave it and eat it just because I haven't had any food. But I've got recommendations and there's good places near me. It's just that it was sleeting, raining and snow and all that, and I walked through puddles and I was a bit drunk and a bit hungry, so I just went in wherever.
They don't just bring it right to your room.
I could ask, and I could pretend I'm disabled and just ring them and say, "Look, can you go and get me a coffee? Because I need a coffee." I got in here yesterday. It's quite a nice hotel room, but I've got a coffee machine, but there's no coffee. It's just tea, but bad tea as well.
So it's sleeting and snowing, but I have like 7 inches of snow, 7 inches of snow here.
Wow, it's like I haven't been out, but it looks like there's a dusting on the rooftop.
Yeah, no, the fucking weather people, they guess. And they they show you a map and they say, well, here you might get this and nothing is right. Nothing is right. I was supposed to get like a dusting at like 4:00 in the morning. My wife came home and I just took a step outside to see what it was like. And it's like, wow, it's up to my fucking knees. What the hell? Oh, Craig Johnson's here. Good morning, Craig Johnson from ABQ.
How you doing over there in New Mexico? Is it cold there?
Yeah.
It was a nice day yesterday when I got here. Though really nice and sunny, cold but really nice. And then today and tomorrow are going to be like this, and then Wednesday is going to be nice apparently. So
you did this. Now when are you heading south?
Thursday, very early Thursday morning, like very early.
Oh.
But I'm back. I'm coming back Saturday, but I can't. I'm coming back quite late Saturday. Yeah, I was going to try and see what you were doing as well, but I couldn't get a flight that was good because by the time I booked them, they doubled all the prices of all the flights down to Nashville.
Motherfuckers. You know what? They probably put the bad pizza in New York too.
Yeah, probably. They probably came and did it. The same people. It's the Illuminati on your $1 bills. That's what came and did it.
You know
what? I
what?
was here. They're
I'm
probably
not sure
listening
if it's
to me.
just the one.
They're listening to me.
Let me see. Is it just the one that has that?
I think it's more. The one's got the pyramids.
Yeah.
Right. The one's got
the eye. Yeah, the eye thing above the pyramid. Yeah. 20's got a picture of the White House. But you know what? I think there was some like hidden, like, I don't know, racist stuff in here.
I think they've all got it. I mean, 5's got the great slave trader Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
Of course, famous for owning slaves.
That's all I have is 20s and 1s. Damn it. No, but I think there's other weird shit on our money. Yeah, it's definitely like a code for Illuminati or something. And
there's definitely some YouTube channels about it. I've seen it before. I think it is a few of the notes. If you zoom in, there's like satanic shit all over the place.
Hey, we got Sugar Cat Loaf is in the.
Yeah,
Kat, she should come over and have a morning cocktail with you. She should be your barmaid.
I was in. I think we're going to try and meet up later, like tonight. But I was in bed feeling sorry for myself, and it was Kat reminding me about coffee with a dog, and I was like, "Oh, it's 9 a.m. because it's normally on at 2 for me. I'm still all fucked with the time zones."
Yeah. It's all messed up. The whole time continuum, all of it is messed up. So I'm like torn now because that studio hasn't gotten back to me to take my deposit. I rented the room.
Don't. Oh, they took your. Oh, they haven't took your deposit.
They haven't called me back to get my money because that the guy told me I'll call you back to get your money, and I tried calling him to say, listen, are we doing this? And all I get is voicemail now. So I don't want to go drive all the way to Brooklyn to find out the guy because he's from Jersey.
Well, I also made a mistake because the studio looks nice, but I didn't realize it was Brooklyn as well. But it's quite close. It's quite close to me anyway. But don't come out if it's snowing or you've got to go there to on the off chance the studios. That's crazy.
Well, Craig says Steve Cat called together. Let me just tell you something.
They don't exist.
Forget about Steve. Nobody's ever going to see Steve again. He's gone. He's gone. Just get him out of your mind.
Well, if you had audio equipment and it wasn't snowing, we could just record one in here.
Here's my challenge. So if I take the train in, I can't take all this fucking audio equipment with me. If I take the van in, I could take an entire fucking studio, cameras.
Well, I didn't bring it, but I've got a little Zoom H4n. And I got some cables and stuff which go in a backpack, but I didn't bring any checked luggage because I just thought I'm not risking losing my bag again. And
I got that too. I got portable equipment that I could bring, but that I can't bring it on the train. Even on the train with just a little portable thing, mics and bullshit would be a pain in the ass. So I'm gonna have to drive in, which is I don't really mind doing, but it's going to take a while, especially with the retards reacting like, "Oh my God, it's snow! What do I do? Snow!" Like, you drive. The roads aren't bad. It's
Yeah,
just
I flew down the Long Island Express. Is it Long Island Expressway? I flew right over that yesterday, all the way down Long Island. I was coming down. I couldn't see your side because I was on the left, so I saw the Hamptons and all that stuff down there.
well, if you went over the Hamptons, you probably saw my place. Well, that's weird that they fly. They come in from that direction.
We came over Canada. I guess if you think about it, because it goes in a loop right around the thinnest part. It's a shortcut, so we go out the bottom of England, and then we came up over Canada and then down.
Oh, Canada.
Blame Canada.
So, do you feel any kinship with Canada?
No.
Well, they feel they have the Queen on their money.
Yeah, it's part of the Commonwealth, isn't it? Which, the wealth only goes to one place. So I don't know.
They're
why
not sure. They think they're British, but they also think they're French. They're very mixed up.
They're all over the place. Yeah, it must be a difficult place to live.
Fat bacon eating, and they put A on the wrong side of the sentence. This is the problem. Yeah, like back bacon, eh? Back bacon, eh? New York would say, "Hey, back bacon." In Canada, they say back bacon, eh?
Yeah.
Like, how you doing, eh? No, hey, how you doing? That's how it goes. They put A in the wrong place.
Most Canadians I've met are very nice, though.
Yeah.
But they're only the ones that travel. I think there's a good proportion of Canadians that are just like the proportion of Americans that don't travel.
So, are you on the west side or the east side? Where are you?
I'm pretty much in Midtown, so I'm in the middle, I guess.
No, if you're on one of the streets, the address is either east or west. It's like
I'm on. Sorry, then I'm on west.
West. You're on the west side.
Yeah.
I think there are like music rehearsal studios. Oh, you're probably going to get some bash, boom, bing, bang, bang in the background. I'm going to see though if I could find one just because we need a space. Can't just do it in a hotel room.
Why not? It's a big room. I need a.
Because people will assume if I go into a hotel room with you, they'll see me going into and people will assume that I'm fucking.
I'm going to go down to the desk first. If you see a man come in with a bald head, he's my boyfriend. So let him in.
He's fucking me.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. Against my will.
Yes, well. Right. Against will.
Call the police, please.
Carl, does your hotel have a business center? No. You have a business center, do you? It's like
I don't know.
No,
it's a narrow hotel, so I don't think
business center where you are is a pimp that will go out and get the hooker for you. That's the business center in your hotel. Yeah, that's what it is. So, the flight now, you got in yesterday afternoon.
Fast, yeah. It was an hour and 40 minutes quicker than they said it would be. So we just fucking zipped over. Must have had a tailwind and landed at like midday yesterday, something like that.
And then what'd you do yesterday? You went out and did stuff, or you just kind of?
Yes. So I came to the hotel, which was super easy. I took the Long Island train from Jamaica. It was super easy to Penn Station, then walked here, which was 10 minutes. I was really tired, so I just hung out for a bit. Had 2 bags of Doritos, went out and got some beer, and came back. I got some expensive strong beer called Indiana Bones and the Kibble of Doom. Wow. But it's 8%, so I had 4 of those. Then I went to a comedy night, but I was just late going out. I went to watch a small local show, and then I went up at the mic after at the Producers Club, I think it was called. So
do you have a thing against regular beer, like normal?
No, I'll drink. I'll drink. I just thought I'd try something. I thought, I'll just get something nicer, thicker. But I'll drink anything. I'll drink any lager. No problems at all. When I'm with Brett, we're going to be drinking river beers, right? So.
Well, somebody told me to get some weird, not Pabst Blue Ribbon. Oh, Schaefer. It was Craig Johnson that said to buy you a Schaefer. What's that? Are you a Schaefer fan? Schaefer beer?
I don't know what he's talking about. Oh, I know.
Yesterday on Twitter, he said, "Buy New York, buy Carla Schaefer." I was like, Schaefer beer? I haven't even seen Schaefer beer 35 years, I think, 40 years, whatever.
Well, I was surprised. The beer selection is pretty good. In the club last night, I was just drinking Stella, which is a standard chemical beer from Europe.
Stella Artois.
Stella Artois, yeah. It's called Wife Beater in the UK. They call it Wife Beater. Oh. Because I think you drink 10 and hit your wife. I think that's the.
No edibles yet. Did you go to any stores there? Did you see?
No edibles yet, but I do hear there are some available for me in
I'll
Manhattan.
bring you a bag. Let me see. What do you like?
Well, don't bring me a bag because I've got to fly Thursday, so I can't take them on a plane, right?
I think you
Especially
can.
to Tennessee. Come on,
I think you can.
shoot me.
I
I'm
think you
not.
can.
I'm not following your advice of flying edibles into Tennessee where I know weed is
Well,
hiding.
if they say no, you just eat them all right there. It's legal right where.
Yeah, and then I turn up for breakfast with Brett. Just they're gonna get me, man. They're coming to
This
get me.
What is this? Blue Raz, strawberry and watermelon, and lemon haze and banana kush and super sour diesel.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know. It's all just gummies.
Oh, that's one thing. Last night, I was sat at the bar watching the show, and the barman came in with a box of weed, and he was just selling it to comics. He was just like, "Right, I've got this and that." He was just selling them pre-rolls and the
Wow.
box. I forgot about that.
Does it stink on the street? Or did you smell it on the street when you went out?
A few times, but not excessively. But I wasn't out too much yesterday. But it's
Wow.
the same in any city. Like even in the UK, every city you can just smell weed in most places when you're on the street. It's not legal there, but everyone's smoking it.
I guess it's different than the last time. I haven't been there since April. Wow, in New York City. But it seemed to me like it was far more prominent than it ever was before it was legal. It was just everywhere.
Yeah, now it's gonna kick on now. Well, last night it was sleeting, so people weren't out on the street smoking. But given that the barman he was selling a massive box to everyone in the room yesterday, I assume that a lot of people were smoking weed in the open.
Now there's a kid in the room next to you.
Yeah, I've only just figured that out this morning, but I was in here yelling for like an hour last night when I got in, so I'm just gonna keep very quiet today.
Who the hell brings a kid?
Well, they're on vacation, maybe. I don't know. They're probably going to see a show, going to see.
But to that part of town, I know the part of town you're in. It's not. Listen, I'm not denigrating your choice of hotels there, but it's not exactly the family area. It's
you don't have to. They're probably going out for the day. You can walk to you can go to the park easily. You can get down south easy. It's in the middle.
That's where the wannabe rock stars go.
The reason I chose it is because it's in the middle, so it's like it's kind of easy, and two, it wasn't too expensive, so that's probably why, because it's full of crackheads. But I haven't seen any problems here. Last night it was fine. No, again, it was sleeting, so maybe they're all hiding.
No, not problems, but there's a lot of recording studios, a lot of rehearsal studios around there, so you get a lot of rock and roller wannabes.
Oh yeah.
And all that kind of stuff. And then the theater district is not too far north.
Yeah, I've realized I'm pretty close. I'm walkable to a lot of stuff, even where the Comedy Cellar and stuff. It's not that far to walk down the avenue and the stand and down that way.
Yeah, but it's been beautiful weather. This is the worst weather we've had all year, and it's due to you.
2 days, two of the days that I'm here, yeah, it's fucking annoying.
Kat's saying it's not a bad area. She knows better than me, and I never said it was a bad area. I didn't say it was a bad area. I think it's a.
Yeah, it's quite. I've quite liked what I've just walked around the block and up to the place. No, I got an Uber up and walked back last night, but there's a lot going on.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Rogue Studios on the same block as you. I spent a lot of time, sold a lot of equipment there too.
Oh, I think I've heard of Rogue Studio. Yeah, so it's between what 6th and 7th. I'm near a 6th.
Yeah. So is Kat available? Did you ask Kat what she's doing today? Kat is available or to come and sing a song for us on the live stream?
Well, I didn't ask that. I mean, I didn't think of that.
Take her to Rogue Studios and do a professional recording of her doing I don't know, Melanie's song, Roller Skates.
When I'm Cleaning Windows by George Formby.
Yeah, I got a brand new key. You got a brand new pair of roller skates.
I got a brand new. I got a brand new combine harvester by the Wurzels, something like that.
She said no. Can you believe she said no to me? Ha, no.
Oh, pardon me.
It's very rude. Ha, no. The unrude way of saying that is, oh, my calendar is all booked up. I'm sorry. I wish I could.
Washing my hair, burying my stillborn.
My mother's in town. I have to. Yeah, she's having a colonoscopy. I have to hold her hand through it. Whatever. No.
Oh, we don't say stillborn anymore. We say born sleeping, don't we? So it's a new way.
Oh.
My little angel was born sleeping, and the next child we're going to call Hope.
Right. Now, are you planning on bringing bad weather to Tennessee with you, or
Well, I believe I'm bringing rain.
I think you are,
Tennessee,
'cause
so yeah.
what does it say here? Yeah, see, now that's the way to answer. I wish I could, but my calendar is all filled up. That's the way you answer that question. It says here 50 million people in the eastern United States are under severe weather uh, warnings, storm warnings.
See, today in Nashville is really nice. It's a really nice day. Tomorrow is lightning and a storm, and Thursday it's raining, and then Friday's actually not so bad. It's just raining in the morning, and then Saturday's nice. So it's actually going to be bad for one day when I'm there. But we'll be inside church. We're going to church.
And I have no right to complain because we really have not had a winter. But it's just, the timing of this 2 days of winter that we're having couldn't be worse for a
Yeah.
dude like me. And driving in is always a pain in the ass, even when
don't risk life and limb for me.
No, I'm not risking life on limb. I'm risking falling asleep behind the wheel. No, am I? It's no big deal. You fall asleep behind.
Are you more rested this week? You were overworking last week?
No.
Oh.
No. I'm going to be on the live stream, 24-hour live stream for MS, raise money for MS to get rid of MS once and for all at 2:00 in the morning, so I can meet one of my idols tomorrow.
Oh, nice. There you go. Well, we did the podathon, right? So it's a good thing to do. Get out there.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, right. But he's got a bunch of great people on there. Great, great musicians and comedians and all this stuff. People I could never get. People never talk to me.
Oh,
yeah.
You had a great guest list for the podathon for the most part, and it sagged in the middle. But
yeah.
That's some good people. We had the old pervert that made horror films.
Yeah, no, he's got some people who were on the podathon who, Tommy Chong and Paul Provenza come to mind. There's others in there that were in the group, but he's got some rock stars. Toad the Wet Sprocket. That's a rock star for you.
It's a good name.
Imagine Dragons guys. He's got He's got some people on there. Stephen Page from Band Naked Lady.
This is your chance. You go on there, right? And then you go, I'm mine up, blah blah blah, and then you try and wriggle in.
Yeah, I could do like a Mike. I could do like a Mike Zinn and just try to make it all about the Mind Dog show when I go on there.
Hey, I don't like MS either. Come on my podcast.
Yeah.
I know people. So my ex's mother had MS, but she had it since she was 18, and she was like, when we split up, she was like 50 odd, but she degraded very, very slowly over a long period of time. She was in a wheelchair and stuff by the time I knew her. But then I had a next door neighbor, my mum's next door neighbor, got it, and within 2 years she couldn't walk. So she was she was really independent. But it was funny because if the door opened, she would just be like bumping around on her hands because she wouldn't walk.
William is misinformed here. Jess Paul was not on the podathon.
She was on the Levine one.
Oh, Christine Levine one. Well, that was a mini podathon. That was how long was that? That wasn't 24 hours, was it?
12, I think.
12. Yeah, that's kid stuff. 12.
Yeah, I do 10 hours regularly.
You and Brock do. Yeah, I was just gonna say you and Brock do 12 hours by yourself without even having anybody else to talk to. William, I think you found your trampoline in Mesa here. What? Oh, wind? It blew?
Oh, it was wind. Wind it blow? Was that a sentence?
Wow. Yeah. So I don't know.
It does blow.
I don't know. I'm just.
Well, don't. If the roads are going to be fucked, be careful. Don't.
Roads aren't going to be fucked.
But you've got to drive a long way. It's like you got to park somewhere.
Yeah.
What about parking over your side? Is that better? Like for a quieter area, I could come over, and like we could just go somewhere quiet, like a small gate, man.
Well, here's the thing. I would like to have a few drinks where you go out and like dinner, drinks, and all that stuff. But I can't get drunk because I'll be driving. If I was on a train, I would get drunk with you. If just the train is good for that. The 3-hour ride home was enough to or hour and a half train ride home is enough to sober me up before I drive again. But anyway, so I should call these people now. You know what? I got a weird phone call, and I thought might be you at like midnight, a little after midnight last night.
Might have been. I don't know. I don't think I called you.
Yeah, and I was like, "Who the hell is calling me?" And it said no caller ID, and I answered and I said, "Hello." I like, "Call you fucking with me? What are you doing?" I'm sorry, I have the wrong number.
No, it probably wasn't them. That's probably the person that did have the wrong number.
TikTok rockstar RS in the house. Ralphie's got like 7.
Hey, Ralph.
Not just TikTok. He's on. I came here to do a music video 8 years ago now, and I cut it up into into 2 reels, and he got like 700,000 across all the platforms in the last week or something.
Wow.
Yeah, nice. So he's gone viral, like a
virus.
like a Wuhan escape.
AIDS.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Are you up on the Dilbert stuff? Did you know about Dilbert before, or do you know about him now? Do you care about Dilbert? Scott Adams and his crazy shit going on?
Oh, the cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dilbert.
I knew that it got taken all out of proportion.
All the shit he's in for because of his tirade the other day.
I saw something, but I didn't hear what it was.
He has a show called Coffee with Scott every morning, which live streaming it. How dare he fucking take coffee? Yeah. Anyway, he does it right after my show's over. So I really think he's been stalking me. Anyway, yeah, he said that he wants to classify all black people as a hate group, and white people need to escape them because they're just beating up. Black people are beating up white people everywhere, and all you can do is just escape. Get away from them. Segregate.
That's not good.
And then he's getting fired from all the news. They're cutting Dilbert out. Like that's an important thing in people's lives anyway.
The cartoon thing was always stupid anyway, right? To be angry about.
Well, this was my big question. Like, he's apparently very wealthy, and there are lots of these guys who all they do with their entire life, they have less talent in their entire body than Brock has in just like the tip of his little finger. They draw these really shitty cartoons with stuff that's not funny, get it published in newspapers that nobody buys anymore, and they get rich doing it.
Yeah, we had a couple of famous comic strips in the newspaper, so it'd just be like a 3-panel thing, right, for the day or whatever it was. Yeah.
And so all my day is coming up with. I could probably take one day and do all the doodles for a month, send them in, and then all I have to do is just.
I guarantee that's what they do. They'll just do it on a Sunday, right? The whole thing.
Right.
And that's the month income. But yeah, nobody really. Newspapers are going away, and people really will look at them on the website. There was one. Yeah, I've read a couple of them in the last few years. What's the one called that's quite good? I can't fucking remember. But there are a couple that are good. But for the most part, yeah, they're shite.
Mike Chavola, could you drive me into Manhattan today to go hang out with Carl? Or Ralphie, you want to come and get me and go we'll drive into the city and hang out with Carl?
Ralph, if you come in, I'll go to a thrift store and dress like in a tracksuit, and I'll get a gold chain.
Not only that, Carl will take your music video to the UK with him and play it for every single person. You know.
If you've got a VHS, I'll try and fit it in my hand luggage.
Come on, one of you guys come with me. Make the ride a little less more. RS and the Crabs, Billboard Top 100. Is that even a thing anymore? Do we have charts anymore?
We have charts, but it's streaming's in there now, and it doesn't mean anything. So if you 20 years ago and just a bit over it, if you got number one single, you'd have to in the UK you'd have to sell 250,000 physical copies. 250, 300,000, right, in that week. Now you probably got to sell about 10,000, and they'll put streams in there, and it's just not.
Yeah.
You're not getting rich off having a hit anymore, right?
Right. Yeah. Kenny Arnoff was talking about the old days. Kenny Arnoff is the drummer from John Mellencamp, but he was talking about it. When they used to do tests and they'd go to radio and do like tests and markets to see what the public would respond to
Yeah,
before
yeah.
releasing stuff as a single and all that kind of stuff. It's like radio, man. Does
Well,
radio matter anymore?
there's a really good up and coming scene of musicians in the UK. Like I'm starting to follow some of them. I know some of them. I'm talking to some of them. Really, really fucking talented. But it's so tough to even get signed now. And when they get signed, they're normally getting bent over the table and fucked.
Signed by who?
Record companies. But there's no point. You're not going to get rich from getting a record deal now. You're going to be in debt.
I know. What do record companies do? This is so weird because this is what kind of the conversation that Kenny and I were having too. In the old days, because he was, I hate that phrase, but the old days, but it's true. When he was working for Mellencamp, they would have, in that era, record companies would put up lots of money to create an album. And if things weren't going well, they would trash the whole thing and start again. They just keep pouring money into it. You'd have more studio time.
It's a business loan. So if they sign you, it's a business. They're loaning you $500,000 to go and make a record, and then they'll own you for 6 albums, which is your entire career. And everything you sell, any T-shirt, they're taking 50%. Everything. You're not allowed to do anything with that. I'm having half your money, and you've got to pay that loan back on every album, right? You've got after record sales, you've got to take your profit and then go, I owe you 500,000, and I've got maybe 20 grand left for the year. I've got to pay out for all the touring and stuff.
Yeah, well, but it makes me wonder how people are getting rich, because some people are getting rich.
Yeah, I mean, if they're promoted in the right way, right? I mean, it's about promotion. That's the only thing record companies can do now, because it's not about physical media. They haven't got to get logistics to get records in the shops. They've got to promote you and make millions of people click on your stream.
Yeah.
And then you go and tour and make the money, right? Which they take half of, but you can still get rich. But
I don't know how do you get rich? Because if you're not selling, are people buying digital copies of stuff? Like they're going to Apple Tunes and paying $9 or iTunes?
Yeah, you get some of that, and people will support. I know people that will support smaller bands, but most of their money will come from the road, right? They just gig all year and
I thought the model was just paying for like a Spotify subscription, and then you get it all for free, kind of, and that doesn't help the artist.
You don't get money. You don't get money from the street. I mean, you get money, but you've got to have like 1 billion plays to make any kind of salary.
Yeah, I think it's 6 million streams for $1 or something.
I guess if you own everything, you could put it on YouTube, but then you still need that audience to watch it. Otherwise, you're still not making money.
Yeah, why even bother? Why is anybody still making music? That's the question.
Oh, come on now. Let's not get too negative. You're a musician. Because it's beautiful and it's great. And it's fucking music's great. That's why.
No, I understand that. But it does require some money to do it full time. And that's where you get the good stuff. People,
just tour. I mean, you tour as much as you can. I know there's a really good artist. I know she tours all the time. She's getting bigger, but she still goes and busks in the city. She'll still go and play on a Sunday in town. Like she's 7 days a week, just gigs, touring, busking, online stuff, and she is growing. So she's earning a living from it, but it's still fucking tough. Put in what you need.
When's the night at the opera cost 1
cent?
1 point. When's the night at the opera? What is that? Is that an album by
Queen's Night at the Opera?
Queen's Night at the Opera. Okay, cost 1 point.
Is that $1 million?
10 million? I don't know. It looks like
it
looks like $1.05 or something. But no. Yeah.
Good morning, Jess Paul.
Hello, Jess Paul.
This is Jess Paul. This is Jess Paul.
This is. No, this isn't. That is. That's just. Look, she's got a halo. You see the little halo she's got
Beyonce.
Here?
Beyonce. Indeed. Yes. I'm in a California t-shirt, but I'm in New York. So
that Queen's cost $1.5 million to produce, which I guess is a lot of money back in the
That's
day.
that's mental though for a record. That is mad. And that's another thing, because when you got offered the advance back in the day, you could take 200 grand, right, which was the best one to do, or they go, we'll give you a couple of million. But you owe all that money then. You're in debt for that. So if you sold a CD, an album for £15, you make £1 for your band out of all that. You make £1. So you, out of that profit, what you split between five guys, you've got to sell enough to pay back the 1.5 million. And obviously, Queen can pay it back because they were amazing, but most bands don't. They just go bankrupt.
Well, I was
And they
saying
can't
that's
make the
most
6
expensive.
albums.
That's surprising to me that's most expensive because, well,
Well, now
bec-
it doesn't cost that much to make an album. A lot of albums will cost a couple of £100,000, 300 grand, that kind of stuff.
now because a lot of technology has made things cheaper as far as producing stuff. But in the day, like where if you wanted an orchestra on a record, you had to actually hire an orchestra.
Yeah, and I guess if you take a year to make an album, like Guns N' Roses' third album or fourth album took something like 10 years to make, or whatever it was, 17 years. So you imagine the money Axl Rose would have put in producing that, because he was a perfectionist. But it was from the early 90s to 2008, I think it came out, Chinese Democracy, and it was just like, oh, we've recorded it 57 times. Like, I don't
Right.
know what to tell you.
And when they owned the studios, they could afford to just throw shit away and creative,
Yeah, but
bookkeeping and all that
you're
stuff.
right. Now you don't have to do that, and you can have a studio in your house. If you've got a bit of money, you can even put a studio with good equipment in your house.
Yeah, and
You
that's
just
what
have
Kenny
someone
was
that can
saying.
use Pro Tools, right?
Like now they don't put out the budgets for it though. It's because they know people have their own home studios. So it's weird. I don't know. And I'm not one of these people who says the music is. I think there's some great young people making music, some
Yeah,
really
there
cool.
are.
But
There are. There's a really good scene, and I just hope some of them do get promoted or picked up in that way to get promoted. And there's a couple that have been, but for the most part, they'll work for 10 years and not really get a sniff, or they'll meet a shark and they'll be fucked for 15 years because they own you. You can't do anything else for another company because they own you for 6 albums. It's like,
yeah,
well, I'm not getting on with you, but I can't do anything else.
that's a shame.
It's
It's a shame.
madness.
But and the other part of that is comedians used to make money off of albums
Yeah.
audio recordings, and now it's impossible, right? You can't make it. There's no way to make unless you do what Louis C.K. does and sell them on your own.
You've got that's because he has an audience. If you're still trying to get an audience, it's fucking impossible
Right.
to make any money.
Yeah. So I don't know how that possibly goes into the future. Like after the best comment, after like CK and Dave Chappelle and Bill Burr and all these guys, when they get old and die, what happens then? We have no comedy left.
No, you will.
The day the
You will.
laughter died.
There will. You will. It'll always go round, and it might be shit for a few years, but there'll be other guys that are coming up. But Burr and CK and that, they worked for 20 years before they really had any success. 20 years. And then the next 20, yeah, they had success, but they're already 20 years in. There's a lot of comics that want success in 3 years or 5 years. And they're like, I'm going to be doing this in 3 years. I'm going to be making specials. No, you're not. And if you do, they'll be bad.
I get, this is my show. Featuring comedians who think they deserve the big check now.
Yeah, it's just the knowledge you've got to go, right, this is going to take 10 years to train. It's like going to medical school, right? And then you might not get a job after at the end.
So you listening to you recently, I forget where I heard you say this. Might have been on one of your Twitch streams or something. I hate fucking, and now I don't know if you were sober or just...
Last night I went on a rant. Yeah, I mean, I like it. Some comedians are my best friends and will be best friends forever. A small group of us, but yeah, 90% I don't want to be around.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're narcissistic, annoying. They'll stab you in the back at any opportunity.
You know what? I used to feel, because when you said that, it started me thinking about, is that true in the music community? And there is some of that. You get your assholes, but I don't know. It's just kind of finding the people that you get along with, because
Yeah.
I find a lot of those, I'm too professional for you. I have a Berkeley degree, and those people all kind of click together, and they love each other. They love each other's narcissism. Oh, you're a narcissist too. So am I. Let's hang out.
Yeah, we're all sad and self-loathing for sure, but and as I said, the clip that you do meet and gel together with. I mean, I speak to there's 3 or 4 I speak to every single day. We do a lot of shit talking about other people, but we speak every day, and we will help each other out. We'll get each other's back. We'll get people gigs and all that stuff. Well, this is on, that's on. Let's go here together. And when I set up the night in Manchester, which I will do, hopefully in the summer, one of the first nights will be all of those guys that have stuck with me. Let's go up and do a fucking excellent show and hang out. So that's a click in itself, which does cause problems, isn't it? But
Right.
you've also got to go. You have also got to go out and be outside your comfort zone and work with people you don't want to work with as well. But yeah, everyone's self-loathing, Jess. But some of them are self-loathing and a shithead on top of that as well. So they hate themselves and everyone else. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm an angel.
Yeah, well, the coffee cup works well as a halo. I didn't realize that, but
I just want to sing. I want to sing Beyonce. I just want to sing Beyonce.
Jess, I've had a lot of people on from Pittsburgh lately, and just in case you haven't noticed, and you probably haven't noticed, MTS Records out of Pittsburgh. So I've been having a lot of comedians on, a lot of musicians on, 1 or 2 actors from Pittsburgh. Seems like there's community in the artist sector of Pittsburgh, which you don't see in larger cities like New York. You don't see like MTS Records has probably about 80 up and coming recording artists or comedians or filmmakers that are all in community and supporting each other. I don't know of anything like that.
I think you have it, but just in smaller. So you do get it, but you might not see it. I think each little circle they'll have people. But some of them are fucking with each other. But you get communities in every selection of artists. But yeah, whether or not they stay together or hold together before they let the enemies in.
It's surprising to me how many of them come from Pittsburgh. You wouldn't know this probably, but Pittsburgh to New York City or Brooklyn to perform on a regular basis. That's I want to say 8-hour drive.
Yeah, but it's nothing, is it? It's not. It's if what you want to do is that, and you've got a chance to go and perform in New York. I'd drive 8 hours. I'd fly 8 hours to come here, which I will do.
The Berg, she calls it. They have a great community in the Berg. Yeah, I bet you.
Yeah, I know a really good guy from Pittsburgh. Actually, he's a professor in Australia now. But yeah, one of my best mates back in the day was an older gentleman from Pittsburgh. He was fun.
Have you been to Australia?
No, I've always wanted to go. So
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go today. I'll buy.
All right, mate. We're going home with the Bogans. Yeah, I've always wanted to go because my auntie lived there before she came home to die of AIDS, and I thought I should go.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long trip.
It's for me. It's a day. It's 24 hours. It's like 16, 20 hours. Well, you do a leg. You could do a leg. Where would you go? You'd go across the Pacific, though, right?
So for me, I don't know how I would get there.
You could go to LA and then across that way to Sydney.
I guess so. Yeah.
I would probably go this way
Hawaii.
round, and you stop in Asia somewhere, and then change. But I could do it and stay in wherever you stop in Asia for 2 days, East Asia.
I don't like it. They should make it closer.
They should. The thing about global travel is some of it's quite far apart. My longest flight was probably London to Peru, which was 15 hours.
London to Peru. Yeah, so you have to go, and
Across
for that
the
you
other
want to
side,
cross
right?
the Atlantic over South America, and then.
It's on the west coast of South America.
So was that a nonstop flight?
I think I connected in Europe. So to Europe, it was a non-stop. So I think it was Lima to Barcelona, whatever it was.
Right, Spain. For some reason, Spain is the place. I think.
When I've been to Brazil and I've got a connection, I've connected in France, Spain, and Portugal. On the little 2 legs, and it's actually not that far because it's only 2 hours from London. Lisbon's 2 hours.
Wow.
So I'm
Look
down
at
and
you.
then that's
You European world traveler, you.
yes. And today, I mean, let's go and look at New York, shall we? I don't know. I've got to be careful because I haven't got any trousers on.
Me neither.
Trousers. There's New York. Misty
Where's
day.
Kat? Can you see Kat there?
Yeah, she's down there on that roof. On the
No.
little dusting of
And what's
there's
the
the
Easter
water
egg? She got no. I don't even. Yeah.
I
So
realized why I said that was so English. I don't have any trousers on, but yeah, I'm bollock naked.
there's a lot of photography studios in the neighborhood where you are too. Now, I bet you there's a beauty shoot going on somewhere within 1,000
Well, I can
feet
see
from
I
where
can
you.
see in a lot of windows here, so I was hoping to see someone get smashed from behind, or just see like a modeling shoot. It's like, come on, give it to me. That's right. More, more tranquil, but also, can you take your clothes off a bit as well? I imagine that's going on.
All right. Well, I'm gonna drive in and find a parking garage near you.
You coming over?
Yeah.
I can get anywhere, so just let me know. I can, I can walk. I know I already understand the streets.
I don't even know where I would tell you to go.
Oh well, I'll wait for you to come over and then you let me know. I don't have internet outside yet, but I'm going to go to a store and try and get a SIM cards in the next hour, so I might have access to the online world.
Or maybe you don't have an internet thing. I was saying do a quick search of like.
Yeah, I have Wi-Fi. I'm on the internet now, Dad.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm on Wi-Fi in the hotel, but yeah, I need to go out and get a SIM card.
It's early.
Yeah. I get confused because this is normally 2 p.m.
I thought this is magic. This is the internet.
My laptop clock is still on UK time, so I keep looking at it going, it's fucking 3 o'clock. It was confusing me yesterday.
Yeah. So I'll probably be in around midnight tonight by the time I get there.
Yeah, we'll have a nice bro brunch, Jess. Absolutely. We'll get together. And if anyone asks, I'm going to tell everyone he's my boyfriend.
Yeah. I'll bring rubbers because I'm safe-minded.
I really wanted to yell, just come in me, but then I remember there's a child next door again, and I was yelling a lot last night on the internet, so I got to suppress my personality a little bit.
Well, you're the only. It's kind of a sad. I don't know. There's a sad essay in this thing about the guy who comes. He waits years to come back to New York City only to get bad pizza.
Well, that's my fault. I didn't eat. I got recommendations by me, and I looked. There's 4 or 5 really good places here, and then I didn't eat, and I drank and went to a clubbing night, and then I stumbled through the rainy streets and just went in anywhere that I saw. But now I think about it, I'm pretty sure it was a bad. I think it was probably one of those dollar places.
How do they even get a bad pizza place in New York? Like, I would think they would get firebombed out for having bad.
It's probably just the cheapest. It's probably just the cheapest one, which you can, in an expensive city, you've got to have food for people that can't fucking afford to eat. That's probably where I went, and it was grim. I've still got a slice left, but I'm going to eat it because I have no food in here, so I'm going to eat that one slice, and then I will go only to places that Kat recommended some, and I've seen 2 or 3 just either end of this street. There's about 3 or 4 little slice places.
So are you going to see Kat today and her dead boyfriend?
The plan, yeah, I think I'll have to wait on them, but they said we'll hang out and possibly tonight just because Steve had the dentist yesterday. Again, he's probably been killed and degloved.
He definitely has been killed. Steve doesn't exist anymore.
When they've dragged his body out of an oil tank, they degloved his arms. I love the phrase deglove. I don't know. And I like doing that when I say deglove as well.
Yeah. He might have. It just might have been an accidental death during like wild, uninhibited.
It might have fallen, hit his head, and she's thinking, "Fuck! Now I've got to put him in the blender." Over a period of weeks, there's just a lot of noise going on, like Jeffrey Dahmer. The neighbors are smelling something. What's going on in there?
Fucking shame. Cause he was a good guy, Steve. I mean, he should be remembered fondly.
Very, very nice guy. Always very supportive, and then he just disappears.
Terrible the way these things happen. But life goes on. So they don't want to hang with me. So by the time I get in there, they'll be like, "Oh fuck you! I'm leaving you hanging with your low life in it now."
I've got free Wi-Fi here, Craig. It's free. It's nice, and it's good. It's good connection, right?
Yeah. All right. let's wrap this up then. I will put on some pants. Maybe you should put on some pants too. Since
Yeah,
it's
I'm gonna
coming in.
I'm gonna shower and get dressed and pop out around the corner. Yeah, send me a tweet.
People
Yeah,
want to see us. People, there is an audience out there that want to see us doing great things in New York, exciting, fun things in New York.
yeah.
What are we going to do? We're going to do something fun and exciting. We're going to go see.
What should we do?
There's got to be somebody good performing in New York tonight. We can go to a comedy show or something. No,
There'll be. Yeah, I would go down the stand or something for an hour. There's early shows and late. We could maybe go to an early show.
I could get you a spot at the Broadway comedy. Because you have to bring one. You have to bring somebody.
Oh,
I'm your guy. I'm your guy.
Well, I found there's a lot of shows going on. There's a place in Brooklyn that's got 4 a day, 7 days a week.
Wow,
which is impressive.
Yeah, you think Brooklyn's close? Brooklyn is not close.
It's fine for me. It's like I can be there in like 40 minutes. All right.
40 minutes. You would, but you would think because you could really throw a rock and hit it, that you should be able to get there faster. But
yeah, well, I understand distance and geography. I've been there before as well.
I know, but that rock.
It looks close. It looks close. It looks like it's just there.
Yeah,
you're
Brooklyn
right.
and Queens. Brooklyn and Queens like to think of themselves as New York City, and they are technically. But Manhattan is really New York City, and everything else takes forever to get to.
Most people live in Brooklyn, Queens, or the top of New Jersey, right? I think it was 6 million people a day, even when I was here before, like leave the island every day.
Yeah. Well, and Staten Island too. Staten Island is a big place for losers who want to say they live in New York City, but really are like Long Islanders. What is William saying? So the dead boyfriend is in a wall, break down the wall and find. No, I don't think he's in a wall. I fear that he's probably been chopped up into little pieces and sold off.
Yeah, I would buy the chest freezer from Craigslist if it still exists, and you put them in the freezer, and then you can saw them up, and there's no blood spray, any of that stuff, bit by bit, and then go and feed them to crayfish in the river.
Yeah, that's right. She did have a little construction going on there. The plot thickens. Well, I'm no detective. Anyway, I do have to get some pants on and come in there. I'll be in shortly. I'll give you a call. Oh, I can't give you a call. Well,
you can call me on. You've got that WhatsApp number. You can call that. You can do an audio call on that. But I'll have to be in. I'm only going to go out for like 30 minutes, so I'm not going to be. I'll be in.
Go get a New York bagel, or will that bread hurt your ass?
Yeah, but I stole, and I'm going to tell it. I stole some medication from the airport yesterday. I just took it without paying.
You should get
how I combat airport tax.
I would wish. This is what I would wish for you, my friend. Yeah. That may you find a bagel place with the best New York bagels, and bacon, egg, and cheese was what you should go for. Which is
you know what? Yeah, I'm definitely going to be on the bagels. Whether I get one today or not, I don't know. But I'll have a quick look now. I'm probably going to eat this horrible slice from yesterday.
I got a horrible slice I could eat too. We should do it together. No.
Yeah.
No. I bet you my horrible slice is better than your horrible slice. As horrible as mine. All right, I'll see you later. What am I doing? I'm saying turn on your radio. Why do I have to do this every day? I've locked myself into this turn on your radio thing.
Remember?
Wait, do I have only Lonely Boy in New York City? That's what I should play for you today. I don't have it loaded up. That would be a good one. The Only Lonely Boy in New York City. That's you. Oh yeah, here it is. This is what I'm going to play today. Don't forget to turn on your radio to this one.
Waiting is the hardest thing to do. You want love and you want it now, but someone gonna have to explain it to you to get it through your silly head somehow. I know you think you heard it all before, but you better listen to me when I say I'm not the only lonely boy in New York City. and you're down, waiting for the man to come. Candy's gonna make you numb, and you don't wanna feel a thing. You got to move when moving is the only thing to do. No one's gonna stop you now, and I don't have the time to explain it to you, 'cause I know you got it all figured out, and you think you heard it all before, but you better listen to me when I say
I'm not the only lonely boy in New York City.
We've all got a price to pay.
You're not the only lonely boy in New York City.
And you're down,
waiting for the light to change. Candy's gonna kill the pain, and you don't wanna feel a thing. Don't wanna hear about it, don't wanna think about it. Think you heard it all before, but you better listen to me when I say